What's up, guys? So it's about 8:40 right now. We're over here at the swap meet, and as you can see, it's a little bit cloudy. So hopefully it stays this way because it was hot last time we came. But all right, man, let's roll.
Yo, check this out.
Alright guys, so this is the first vendor that we went to, and this lady had all kinds of stuff. So this is what caught my eye right here, the Nintendo 64, but let's go ahead and see what else she has.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I'll take everything.
You're gonna take everything? Oh,
no discount.
So while my wife was helping translate, I went ahead and looked at these controllers. The PS4 was the only legit controller there, but I don't know. It looked like it was in pretty rough shape. But then I found this Bart Simpson piggy bank, but it was just missing the rubber plug.
Eat my shorts!
Anyway, I think I might have to pick this one up because it's pretty cool. She also had a lot of Ninja Turtles toys and like old school figures and pops and stuff like that, but I guess it was already sold. This, she had all these video games right here, but she wanted retail for them. So I just, I went ahead and looked through them real quick, but she wasn't budging on prices. How much for the Nintendo? 8. And for the Wii? For the Wii?
And it works.
Shadow right here. So it was $80 for the Nintendo 64, $50 for the Nintendo Wii, $5 for this Super Off-Road Baja. I believe it was $10 for that Nintendo Wii remote, and the other ones were $5. They were bootlegs. And check out this Bowser, but she wanted $20 for that. So she also had these Nintendo figures that came with like Wendy's meals or Burger King meals, one of them, but she only wanted $1 a piece on here, so I went ahead and picked these up. So as I was walking, I spotted this Hylian shield just sitting here, and I knew I needed it to complete my game hunting journey. How much is the shield, dude? 40? But for 40 bucks, yeah, it was in pretty rough shape, and I think I'm gonna pass for now. Maybe I'll find another one. How's it going, bud?
Very good.
So then I stumbled upon this next merchant that had all kinds of Xbox 360s, Xbox Ones, and he also had this really cool looking Resident Evil PlayStation 4. Now I know it's just a wrap, but man, this thing looks really good. Even the controller looks nice. How much is the Resident Evil PlayStation?
Which one?
This one?
Oh, that one?
The wrap?
Give me 220.
220?
2 games, 2 controllers.
Now this guy had some really nice stuff, really cool controllers, a lot of video games, but his prices were really high, so you know what, we're just gonna have to pass because we're looking for deals. But man, if I ever wanted some cool stuff, I might have to come back here if I want to pay full price.
Just the controller is 40.
I like that color. But in the meantime, let's keep on cruising. Alright, so for this next vendor, I had to lower the volume down because he was playing So Fresh and So Clean by Outkast, so I didn't want to get any copyright strikes. But we have talked to this guy before. He's the one that had the third-party GameCube controllers. And he had some Game Boy Advance games, Star Wars, SpongeBob, but he had this Pokemon Sapphire that just, I don't know, man, like, I couldn't believe he had it. It's really cool to find a Pokemon game, but it looked a little off to me, so I wasn't sure if it was fake or not. If you guys can tell right here, let me know if you think it's fake. How much are the Game Boy Advance games? For like SpongeBob? 5? For the Pokemon? 20? So as I was walking towards this next merchant, I saw this beautiful sign that was just sitting there, and I had to find out more about it.
Morning.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, doing alright. Starting to get warm now though.
Yeah.
How much is the Nintendo sign?
I was asking $50 to be an offer. A reasonable guy. It lights up and the cords are behind it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a GoPro.
That's cool, man.
Had it in my game room for a couple of years.
Now this sign looked awesome, but in the box right behind it was an original 1988 Super Mario Brothers ceiling fan.
You can kind of see it.
That is so cool.
You see
How much is the ceiling fan?
I was asking $2 for it.
Look. You see, look.
Wow.
She works, I just took it down out of my game room in the old house.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I had a big Mario Nintendo room and...
Did you guys go see the movie?
Oh yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
Pretty good,
I
yeah.
loved it.
I think we're gonna go today.
Yeah.
It's worth the money. It's funny. Someone...
Now that Mario ceiling fan was awesome. $200 was a really good deal. But for right now, it's just not what I was looking for, even though it kind of is what I'm looking for. So I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I dropped the ball not getting it. But I do know who picked it up. So shout out to my guy Peace on Earth for an awesome pickup. How much is the Dreamcast?
For the whole setup, I was asking $150.
$150? Man, that's cool. So then I found this lady that had a bag just full of video games. And it actually started because I saw some games just sitting on her carpet, and then she had a bag full of them. So I went ahead and started going through all these games, and there's different games inside the cases. So it did take a while to get through there, but then I did find some awesome stuff.
Yeah, I had you with the door.
No, the thing.
How much?
So I love digging through these bags sometimes because you never know what you're going to find. It could be like 100 bad games and one really good game. And this one happened to have one really good game.
Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles.
And shocker, it was complete unboxed. So I had to go back to that vendor that had that Pokemon Sapphire just to look at it one more time and make sure it wasn't a fake. So I looked at some pictures of what the real cart looks like on my phone, and sure enough, it was a fake. I offered to buy the other Game Boy Advance games because they were real, but they changed the price to $10 instead of $5. Now this next vendor had a bunch of collectible toys, and I did find these Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader figures from Kenner, and they were in pretty good condition, all except one, and they were the retro figures, so I went ahead and picked them up for $5 a piece. No way I was going to pass that up. He did have this General Akbar from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and Miggs Mayfield from The Mandalorian, and of course this awesome Boba Fett on a large card. Now this next vendor had a bunch of video games that were all in a storage container, but the prices were all over the place. So I went ahead and looked through them. He had some Nintendo Wii's, Sega Genesis, and box, mostly sports games. Actually, now I think about it, a lot of these games in here were sports games. But let's go ahead and look through them. He had some PS1 games. He also had Dirty Harry on the NES.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Now this is my first time finding this game out in the wild, so I think I might have to pick it up. So we got Duck Hunt, Race Driven, Super Slam Dunk, Hey You Pikachu, Battle Clash, FIFA, Madden, a lot of sports games in here. Is that Ring King, Hey You Pikachu, Quarterback Club. So then I went through this case right here, and I really didn't find anything, but I did find this Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf.
You want to beat him? Beat him on the course.
That's right, I'm gonna beat your ass on the course.
Yeah, right. Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
He's literally wearing the same outfit. So he brought out this original NES case that had all these games in there, but the one that stood out to me was the MC Kids, or Mick Kids.
Magical place at Sears. Wow! Oh, McKids. Exclusively at Sears.
Now, I remember playing this game in the early 90s, and it was a pretty good game. So I was walking past this one vendor, and he had this statue right on the edge of his table, and sure enough, it was a Ghost Recon Wildland statue. Now, this thing was actually in really good shape. It wasn't broken. It looked really good. The color wasn't faded. And for 10 bucks, I'm picking it up. So I was already walking out of the swap meet when I spotted this game out of the corner of my eye with a bunch of home good stuff. Literally in shock. Silent Hill 2, greatest hits for the PlayStation 2. The guy wanted $3 for it. I gave him the money and ran. Alright guys, crazy day at the swap meet. I am so glad that I went today because we picked up so much good stuff. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first game we picked up is going to be the 1990 Dirty Harry for the NES.
Go ahead. Make my day.
I'm really looking forward to playing this game. For $10, there was no way I was going to pass it up. I remember seeing it at the video store back in the day and always wanting to rent it, but it was always out. So for 10 bucks, not a bad buy. Now I'm really happy that I picked up this next game because I have not played it since the early 90s. That's MC Kids or Mick Kids. Now who doesn't love this game? This game is super underrated. And you know what, let's just check it out. I'm really glad I picked this up, and I'm really looking forward to playing this one. The next one we picked up is New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. Now this is a little cardboard case. It does have the game, but it also came with this Nintendo DS New Super Mario Bros. Little booklet, so that's cool. That's always a plus. And it also came with 3 extra games. Let's see if we can get these out. We got Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, The Price is Right, and Rapala Pro Bass Fishing. Not a bad score. Nothing crazy, but you know what? That booklet was definitely a score. Alright, next we got Real Fishing for the PlayStation 1. Never played that before. We also picked up Action Bass for the PlayStation 1.
Fish on!
Never played that before either. And then we got Jak 2. Well, at least I thought we did, but when I opened it up, it's got Jak and Dexter 1 in there.
Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
CD's got some paper on there that just, I don't know, must have got wet at one point and it stuck to it. I think I have a loose disc of this somewhere, so who knows. We also picked up the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
I got eyes! Hey, how you feeling? Kill them all! Defend yourself, sire!
Everything's there, complete in box. And Rabbids Go Home, a comedy adventure for the Nintendo Wii.
$18. I'll be your BFF.
This is also complete in box. We also picked up Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars.
From the best-selling Star Wars game series in history comes the next chapter in the saga. Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars.
Next we have Star Wars 3, The Complete Saga for the Nintendo Wii. Now you can't really go wrong picking up any Star Wars games. And this is the one that I was really excited about because these are the kind of games that you want to find when you look in a little junk pile full of games. And that's Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles for the Nintendo Wii.
The Dark Side Chronicles.
Absolute find right here. Complete in box. A little bit of graffiti there. Somebody wrote their name. Who knows why. Must have loaned it to their cousin or something, and that's probably how it ended up at the swap meet. But what's cool is we ended up getting all these games except these two Nintendo ones. All these 2 for $5, 2 for $5, 2 for $5, 2 for $5, and then she pretty much just gave me this one for free. So 20 bucks for all those. And then we ended up picking up this Ghost Recon statue, which is in really good condition, for $10. Now, as soon as I saw this thing, I was like, you know what? I gotta pick this up. I gotta add this to my collection. This thing is super detailed.
Strike from every side. Confuse them. Destroy everything. Decide who lives and who dies.
And it's in really good shape. It's not all broken. There's no pieces missing. It's got the Ghost Recon at the bottom. And for $10, no way was I passing that up. And then we picked up these Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader Retro Collection figures from Kenner.
Have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan? Then you will die.
Now the guy, he only wanted $5 a piece on these, and there was no way that I was going to pass these up. So I picked up one Darth Vader from Obi-Wan, another Darth Vader from Obi-Wan, another Darth Vader from Obi-Wan, for $5, guys. I'm not passing that up. And Admiral Akbar from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I definitely swooped him up for $5. And then he hooked me up with this awesome Star Wars Return of the Jedi Boba Fett on a huge card. And you know what? For $20, there was no way I was going to pass on this. It looks so good. And now this find right here was absolutely crazy. Like, this is one of those things, kind of like the Resident Evil that we found, but just wilder. Like, you hope to find these things, and I just happened to see it out of the corner of my eye. Silent Hill 2. It's loose. For the PlayStation 2, it's the Greatest Hits Edition. No case, but I picked this up for $3.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. James! To a special place. Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2. Rated M for mature. For PlayStation 2. From Konami.
Now, I wasn't recording when I found it, but I was able to record a little bit of it when I actually picked it up with my hand and looked at it. Like, I was actually in shock. Like, you really don't find games like this anymore. And if you do, I mean, it's super rare, but it does happen, and it happened to me. So for $3, Silent Hill 2, Greatest Hits, I'm still in shock just thinking about it right now. Now I just need to find the case, and that way we can have it complete in box. We also picked up this Super Off-Road Baja, or the Baja, for the Super Nintendo. Really cool game. If you guys have never played it, give it a shot. It's a follow-up to the other one. Let's go. Pick that up for like $5. And you know I had to pick up this 1990 Bart Simpson 9-inch coin piggy bank from Street Kids. Now this thing is awesome. It's just missing the rubber plug on the bottom. But this piggy bank is so cool, man. Anything Simpsons is awesome, and I'm really glad to add this to my collection. I gotta admit, it's probably the best $3 I spent. We also got these Wendy's toys. Now, I think they're either Wendy's or Burger King. I'm not really 100% sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But here is a Donkey Kong toy from whoever. But I know it has a little spinny thingy that's supposed to go right here. You pull on the back, and then the thing goes flying. So pick that up for $1. And now this one I know for sure is for the Nintendo Wii promotion that they did with, oh my gosh, I think it was Burger King. Or Wendy's. It could be either or. But this thing, like, it's supposed to move around and roll around, and you control it with the remote or something like that. I'm not sure. Let's see. Looks like it winds up. Maybe it does it by itself. Alright, there we go. And then this one for sure is from Wendy's. Okay, no, I lied. Actually, I don't know where this one is from at all. And it's a little Kirby with his mouth open. He's like a little slot machine. And you can pull this handle here. And it just kind of rolls around. Ask later. No. No. Yes. Pretty neat. But for $1, no way I was going to pass that up.
Alright, bud. Welcome to the collection. On the shelf you go. I'm in severe credit card
We
debt.
also picked up this Nintendo Wii AV cable for $5, and I actually need these because if you see my other videos, I got a stack of Wiis that are missing the power supply and the AV cables. So I'm picking these up as we go. Alright guys, now this next find is absolutely crazy. I always expect to find things like this. I want to find things like this. I look for things like this at swap meets, and I almost never find them, but this time we did. Check out this authorized Nintendo World Class Service Center sign. Now I don't know if it's real or not, But it's okay if it isn't because it's going to look great on my wall. Let's check it out. Alright, so here it is, the authorized official Nintendo seal of quality Nintendo World Class Service Center sign. Now this thing is awesome, man. I am so glad I picked it up. Now I don't know if it's real. I really hope it is. I couldn't find any markings on it that say that it was made by Nintendo, so who knows, it could be custom, but I really hope it is real. And for 40 bucks, I'm not complaining. And it looks like I might have to replace some of the lights inside. Let me see here. There it goes. I don't know if you can see the light there. It's just kind of on top. Not really lighting up the whole thing. It's just a little dim, but it's okay. We can fix that. So this was an absolutely crazy day for going to the swap meet. Like you saw me in the beginning of the video, I really just did not want to go today. I was just rolled out of bed. I wasn't really feeling it. I was half asleep when I got there. But you know what? We got there, and I'm really glad we did because we got some really good pickups from Simpsons to Nintendo toys to Star Wars figures, you know, in the box, some NES games, a statue from Ghost Recon, a loose disc of Silent Hill 2, Nintendo, you know, World Class Service Center sign. I mean, I almost didn't go today. This could have been somebody else's, and we almost got the Nintendo fan. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.
Get those wonderful toys.
Isn't this a school day?